Alright troops, welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Don Father and I'm now going to be doing a reaction for a brand new patron of ours, Richard Lamond from Greenwood, Indiana, United States. He says it's about 15 miles from the centre of Indianapolis. Thank you very much, Richard, for becoming a patron. It's really appreciated, and if anybody else would like to do the same thing, check out our Patreon in the description section below on how you can do that. So then, the video that he's requested is Marcus Luttrell, Lone Survivor speech. Of course, you've probably seen the Mark Wahlberg film that they were made, the Hollywood made, as he plays Marcus Luttrell himself. But I've actually not seen the speech, so I'm really looking forward to this. The guy's an absolute legend, you know what I mean? If somebody's making a Hollywood movie, it's pretty badass at the end of the day, isn't it? So, the link to the original video will be in the description section below if you want to watch it but without my face in it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share and put the bell on. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, thanks very much. I'm going to get into it now, so no more talking. Let's go.
Those of you who've seen the movie that fall we did, this is where it all started, right there. And we pinballed through this grove of trees for about 200 yards. I landed on my back, and I broke my back in multiple places, broke my pelvis, and Mikey landed on his face. I remember he crushed his face pretty bad because when he sat up to look at me, it was, you know, all bloody or whatever. He turned around. Well, that's when they hit us with the rockets and the mortars, and our world just kind of started blowing up around us. Well, it was time to go to work. All right, and at no point in time was any of my teammates afraid of anything. At no point in time did anybody stall in the door, so to speak. They didn't kind of back up and say, hey, I don't want to be in this. It was, hey, this is what we're here to do. Let's do this. About an hour and a half into this gun battle, Danny had broken both his femurs. He had a compound fracture on both his tib fibs, and he'd been shot 4 times that I know of. So I was dragging him. In the movie, they kind of portrayed this the right way, but except for one piece, and that's where we were separated. He didn't die alone. Any and all my guys that got killed, I was right there.
Oh,
well, I picked him up over my shoulder to take the brunt of this fall. And when I turned around to take the fall, I spun him right into a bullet. I shot him right in the back of the head, blew his head off, killed him right then and there. Well, I wasn't ready for his dead weight. And when he fell over the top of me, it collapsed me, and I flipped off of this rock embankment and face planted into this boulder.
Oh.
I broke my nose real bad, shoved it through my face actually, and I bit my tongue in half and I swallowed it. And that totally incapacitated me. I was on all fours, I mean like a bitch, trying to throw that thing up. And I finally got it up, I put it in between my teeth.
I've broken his back, incapacitated, bit half of his tongue and swallowed it. And he said, I was on the floor like a bitch, as if he was a wimp. He wasn't a wimp, he's just had a mighty fall. He's probably quite exhausted, carrying all that weight, going through an hour and a half gunfight. His friend's just been killed. He's fell down this embankment, face plant, he smashed his nose across his fucking face out the other side, he says. And he claims he was acting like a little bitch. This guy is badass.
And bit down on it again so I wouldn't swallow it. And Mikey was out on this boulder, just like the movie. He was out on this, no cover, no nothing, and crawled out to this embankment to make our sat phone call. He was sitting up and took 2 rounds to the chest, spun him like a top, dropped him on his face. And this bothered me. He was my best friend. Had been for a long time. We've been through a lot of stuff together. I mean, I loved him. I never told him I loved him while he was alive, because guys, we just don't do that. But
no,
you know, I'll see him again soon. Probably one of the first things I tell him. And then he started screaming my name for help. You could hear a lot of AK fire into his area, a lot of RPGs. I mean, they were laying it on him pretty hard. Because I couldn't get to him, it was too steep. And he had that sat phone up next to his ear, and he got shot right between the shoulder blades, dropped him right on his face. Normally, to break a Navy SEAL, you have to kill us. That's why we make it into our training. That's why we can call ourselves SEALs, because the only way you're going to break us is to kill us. I snapped right there, like a twig. Like a little bitch. I couldn't stand to hear him die. They killed him. I never saw him again, ever.
Well, that is totally understandable. Snapping. They train you to be able to handle a lot of situations but I don't think you can ever be trained to witness one of your close friends, somebody who you claim that you love, or I'm not going to say claimed, I don't mean claimed, somebody who he said he loved. They don't train you on how to cope with that. Of course that's going to be instantly have an impact on you. Plus you're under enemy gunfire, RPGs, mortars, etc. There's no situation where anybody's going to be looking at what he's saying and saying to him, stop acting like a little bitch. We'd understand why he'd be overwhelmed, potentially even going into shock. He's got all these injuries. I think he's been a little bit hard on himself, don't you?
I caught up with Axe. He was a couple of 100 yards below me, and an RPG hit behind him, separated us, blew him one way, blew me another. I never saw him again for the rest of my life. It knocked me out again. When I came to, I was laid over the backside of this rock. I was upside down. My pants, med gear, kit, GPS, compass, all that stuff was gone. I had a harness on, had one magazine with 11 rounds in it. I went out there with 13 magazines of 30 rounds. I rolled over. I was paralyzed from the waist down. I started crawling, using my elbows. I started pulling myself through the dirt into the side of this ravine. Well, I got up, man. The sun was going down, and I started to crawl. Well, I was in bad shape. I was dying. I didn't know what to do. And I was laying in this tree, looking at the moon, and feeling sorry for myself. And I must have laid there, and I was thinking, my brother's a Navy SEAL too. I got a twin brother, he's a Navy SEAL. And I was thinking about him a lot and my teammates and everything that all the training that I'd been through. And I laid there and I was like, you're being a bitch, get up, let's go. That's exactly what I said. What was I gonna do?
You have to mentally...
I wasn't gonna do that. I definitely wasn't gonna feel sorry for myself. And I kept thinking, I was like, all right, I'm still alive, man. I'm alive. I mean, they fought and died. I'm still alive. So the mission's still on. Let's go. So I reached out and I grabbed a rock. And I reached out as far as I could and I drew a line in the dirt in front of me. I was like, I'm gonna crawl to that till my feet hit it. If I'm still alive, I'm gonna do it again. And that's what I did. I'd draw a line, crawl to it, my feet would hit it. I'd fall down a hill, I'd crawl up another hill, I'd draw another line. And I did that for 7 miles.
Wow.
When it was an option, when I was out there and I was shot and I laying down there, and somebody was like, well, why didn't you quit? Because that's not an option, all right? That's not what I am. You understand what I mean? So if I'm a Navy SEAL, I'm a gunfighter, I'm a war fighter, and if I get shot and I can pick myself up, I'm gonna pick myself up till you shoot me again and kill me. Basically, I'm not gonna stop, ever, period, until you take everything away from me. You strip it all away. That's the way we're trained. From the day you go into training, they take away everything that you are and that you ever were, and they mold you back up to what they want you to be.
Yep.
You accept the fact that you're a football player. So why in the hell would something prevent you from doing that and doing what you're supposed to be doing on the field? That wasn't my job. Navy SEAL wasn't my job. That's what I am. You're a damn football player and a good one. That's what you are. It's not what you do. And if you're a part of something to where your whole livelihood and everything you depends on another man, that's where that bond comes from. Everybody knows that a bond is forged in adversity, right? But rely on each other, man. Love each other as a team. Ain't nobody out here that you ain't willing to sacrifice everything for. Every day, man. What do you got? You're gonna walk through me, man. You better bring some help. That's what you gotta think. I got my boys right here. We're about to find out who's what. That's where you gotta be, man. Like, it's gonna take everything you got to get to the end of this field. You better pray to God you put the work in, because I have.
What an incredibly moving, motivating, inspiring story that was. The fear, the hell that he had to endure. Not only did he have his own physical injuries, and obviously he says they weren't afraid at any time, but the adrenaline's going, everything's going, all this is going on around him, and on top of that he's lost his whole team pretty much. Brothers to him, they were so close-knit, the camaraderie was there, and they were willing to die for each other. You know, that is a bond that you just do not get in the civilian world. He's touched on quite a few things there, but what I took away from it is it's quite a funny thing. I think in the military, that mentality kick in on you. Come on, let's go, stop being a little bitch. I can totally understand that, and I say that he's being hard on himself, but I totally understand that you can always give more, even though the situation's shitty. Let's go, let's keep going. And he did that, and he survived, and he's here to tell the tale. Unfortunately, his brothers never made it. They'll be gone but never forgotten because of this movie and the fact that he can continue to share the story with everyone. It's truly inspiring. It shows you just how much, how brilliant these SEALs are. Fantastic soldiers, great warriors, and wow, he had to endure so much, didn't he? But very, very inspiring. Through all of that adversity, he fought on and he never gave up. And he tells you, like, you're not, you don't choose, I can't explain, the way he worded it, you don't actually do the job, you are one. It's what you are, it's in your DNA, it's in your makeup. And as he said, in the military, what they do is they break you down, take the civilian out of you, if you like, take you off your mummy's tit, where you've relied on your parents, you've relied on all these things to get you through life. Strip that all away, break you down and build you up and form you into a fighting machine, into a soldier. And of course they're special forces, so it's an even eliter level. What a story, really inspiring, great guy. I'm delighted he survived and he can tell it. It's truly tragic about his friends, but it's a fantastic story to hear. Thanks very much, Richard, for the request. Really was a brilliant video, incredible, the SEALs. So but what I will say is, anybody else who'd like a personalised request like Richard, check out our Patreon account in the description section below. The original video will be there too, and you can also join the channel as a member and get requests through that way if you check out the different perks, etc. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share, and check out all of our other social media stuff as well down in the description section below. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.